it's Molly. I'm a senior copywriter here at Honest, and I'm joined by the lovely Tracy. Tracy is part of the amazing magic that is our social media here at Honest, and so she's joining me for what I think is really one of our best ever. We're gonna do an amazing craft using what you already have, your Honest box.
Yes.
Right? We could do it with a diapers and wipes bundle box or another, and I'll show you that later. But the best part about this craft is, so we're gonna make an airplane. An airplane using what you probably already have around your house. We know you've got the beautiful Honest box and just a couple other tools that you probably have laying around with you. The best part about this craft is it's perfect. It's what have you noticed? So I have little kiddos. I don't know if you know that yet. But I do have two little kiddos, and often the best toys are the most simple, right? The ones that allow them to use their imagination and just have fun with it. So that's what we're doing today. It's a simple project that you can do with your kiddos to avoid the "I'm bored, mama," which happens far too often in my home. So we're gonna get started. What else should we know before we do get started? Is there anything else we should know, Tracy? Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Should we do it? Okay,
yeah,
so let's talk about our supplies.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got our beautiful Honest box, which we've made beautiful for you. It's a big part of your bundle every month, getting that box, seeing what's inside, opening it up, just seeing the wonderful presentation. My kids are always like, "Mama, what do we got this week, this month?" So finding out what's inside, and then the fun can go all month long when you create something wonderful with them. So our tools we have today are, what do we have?
We have packing tape,
Simple,
strong scissors, to cut the
nice and
cardboard,
strong, because we're cutting some cardboard, friends.
a brad fastener,
Brad's joining us.
and then a pencil to trace.
And then a pencil, and that's it. That's all we need for this amazing craft. So shall we get started?
Yes, let's
You
do
ready?
it. Yep.
Let's do this. Okay, so the first step in making our amazing airplane made just for your little kiddos is taking the biggest sides and we're gonna push them in. Okay, so the longest sides of our, actually, let me start with this. We're gonna get a box, and sometimes the front or back is prettier. So find the prettiest side, the front of your box. You know, your back might have a little bit of shipping markings or something like that. So find the prettiest side, face that forward, and keep your box right side up, okay? So now, again, we've got our biggest sides and we're folding them in. We're gonna take our front flap and we're gonna fold it back. This back flap, we're gonna get rid of in just a second, so we don't need to worry about that. Now I'm gonna take our pencil, and the reason we use a pencil is because often if you're making lines and tracing and cutting out, you can't get it perfect, so a pencil keeps you from getting all these markings all over your amazing airplane. So I'm gonna trace this line, like so. Great. Now, once I've got that line traced, we're gonna do a little cutting. And the reason Tracy is joining me today is because Tracy is quite crafty. Me, on the other hand, you know, no. Definitely not. So we're gonna do some cutting. Tracy, maybe.
Doing great.
Maybe I need a little arm work going here.
Do you want to cut that in and I'll
I'll
start
take
cutting
this. This is teamwork, friends.
That way
And
you
you
can
can
watch
use a
the
friend too, or you can do it all by yourself. Hopefully you're not live while doing it. So we're gonna cut along these lines. Perfect. And again, along that pencil mark where we traced earlier, to get a nice front of our cockpit. We're making all sorts of lovely faces for you as we cut. Okay, now these pieces are critical.
Yes.
Do not throw them away.
Do
not give them to the dog. Do not lose them, because we're gonna use them later, okay? Now again, as I mentioned, this back part we're gonna also get rid of, so we're gonna cut that off as well. Again, saving this piece because we will use it later. We use everything. This is upcycling, people. We're using everything, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, great. So we've got all of that off. Now, we're gonna get to the taping, okay? So this is the front, the cockpit of our amazing airplane. And what we're gonna do is Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's just at the ready with tape. I hope you have a friend like this. I hope you have a trusty assistant like this. No, you don't need it, but if you do have it, all the more fun.
All the better.
So she's gonna help me by taping this nicely together to make it one solid piece for the front of our cockpit. Voila, you see, we've taped it down, we're in great shape.
Ready to go?
Perfect, okay? Now, again, the bottom of our plane, we've done some work ahead of time for you guys. We took off these panels as well, but to save you all the torture of watching me cut for half an hour, we've taken them off ahead of time. But once those are off, you flip your box back over, and you can address the rest of your plane. Shall we?
Yes.
So what do we have next? Should we do our cockpit window?
I think that would be good. Yes.
That sounds like the reasonable thing to do. Again, I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna take a nice circular line there. And once I do, I'm gonna cut that out. Now the good part, well, there's lots of good parts about this little crafteroo, but the good part is that once we do something once, we generally do it again. So once we have one side of these, got it.
Good job.
We can use it as a guide for our other side, okay? So we've got one side of our cockpit, and we're gonna create the other. Okay? Again, tracing what we've already used to make it nice and even, and then cutting again. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna cut this side as well. Cardboard, be my friend, please. Work with me here. No, we're doing great.
Perfect.
Again, nice strong scissors. Okay, so we've got these cut off.
Perfect for their arms.
Perfect for the little arms. There's a lot of flying to do, people, so we need a lot of room. And again, when we're doing this, the goal is to make this as sturdy as possible, right? If you have little ones, anything like my little ones, they go after it. So you want to make this nice and strong and secure. So we tape everything over, we make little divots, we can do all those things that'll make sure that it is. Okay, so we've got that taken care of. What's next, Tracy? Tell me.
I would say maybe the wings.
Wings. That's probably important in a plane. So we're gonna create our wings. Now, Tracy, my trusty assistant, who really probably should be wearing sequins at this point, she helped me by starting my first wing. So look here, she created a nice little notch here, and then again, she traced it and cut it out there again. Now, once we've got one wing, guess what? We've got two. So we can do the same. And I'm again going to cut, first tracing, and then I'm gonna cut these little notches out. Perfect. Easy, easy. Tracy, are we doing everything right? Are we on track?
Yes, this is amazing.
We're doing it.
Yeah,
we're
we're
doing
making
it.
a plane.
We're doing it. Did I mention I'm not very crafty? Did I mention? Okay, so now we've got two perfectly even wings. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a little notch in which to place them.
Yes.
Yes. So up here, we're gonna create a notch so you can measure your notch. See how far you've gotta go. Because this is gonna insert into the side of your plane. Got it? Once we do, there goes my pencil. Once we do, perfect. We're gonna create a notch there. And we're gonna do that on the other side as well. Again, taking the size of our notch, making a line so we know exactly how long it should be, so that it can fit nice and snug. Easy for me to say, in there. Safety first, mamas. Be careful with this part. Okay, once we've got our notches, then we can get to work on inserting our wings. Haha, you see how that works? You're so good, Tracy. You never let me down. Again, we've got our notch which folds down nicely within the box. But once we have it in there, we also need to tape it down. So we're gonna take a nice
Piece of tape.
substantial piece of our packing tape and make sure that wing is nice and secure. And again, on the other side, you guys see how this is coming along? I mean, seriously, we had just a box. Well, not just any box, but we had a box maybe 5 minutes ago. And here we are. We're well on a way to something that can take flight. Okay, and another nice piece of tape in there. Gorgeous! Gorgeous. Okay, so we've got wings, people. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's all coming together. Okay, so what's next for our little plane?
I would say propellers.
Propellers, essential. We need our propellers. Okay, so what are we gonna work with? We're gonna work with the part of our box that is our manifesto, because we want that front and center. It's important to us, and we are pretty sure it's important to you, so why not have it at the forefront? So we're gonna use our manifesto. And we're going to, now remind me, Tracy, how does this work?
So, we just want to cut corners. So follow.
Again, following those lines. Got it.
You can trace lines with a pencil.
Yep. And we're gonna do the same. Again, if you want to make this totally perfect, you can trace and do the same. And we've left a nice little flat notch here, flat edge here, okay? One side of a propeller. Got it, friends? Okay. Now, I'm gonna use this to create one just the same. Mama's a little OCD, her boys are a lot OCD, so everything has to be just the same. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm cutting my other side of my propeller. And once I'm done cutting this side, what am I gonna do, Tracy?
Tape them together.
Tape them together. Hello, obviously, my trusty, wonderful, beautiful, and talented taping assistant is here at the ready. Okay, now we're gonna put that on. I mean,
Doesn't have to look pretty. We're gonna cover it.
you know what, and that's the most fun about this kind of project. It doesn't have to be perfect.
No.
It's probably not going to be perfect. But you know what? The fun is in the doing. The fun is in the doing it with your little ones. And the fun is also, you know what? There's always next month. You'll always get a box next month with all the goodies inside that you can then upcycle. Okay, so we've got our propellers. Now we need like,
Something to.
what are those called? I'm not even sure. The inner workings of our propellers? The things that make them work.
Yes, that's right.
That's it. So Tracy was so kind to already kind of help me along in this area. But what we're going to do is create two circles, one larger than the other, as you can see. And Tracy, what's a nice thing to use for maybe our bigger circle?
You can use a bowl or
Yeah.
a smaller plate. That works really well.
Perfect. And just trace around that. And then maybe for this, maybe a nice size mug. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just kind of pop these out, but you're going to cut them out. Larger circle, smaller circle. And once we have them, we're gonna create a nice little dot right in the center. And you can use your pencil to do this. Just like this. Okay, now we've got our circles, okay? Now, for our propellers, we need to make a dot just the same, exactly in the middle as well. Tracy, am I doing everything right?
You were doing this amazingly.
This is really going to surprise a lot of people. But first I'm going to break a pencil. No, we got it.
You could use scissors and tapes too.
I got it!
Got it!
Victory is mine. Okay, so now we're going to take our larger circle, right? Find that center. Perfect. And put it in the back. Our smaller circle goes in the front. And here's where,
Brad's
here's where Brad comes in. Hi, Brad. Thanks for joining us, Brad. You're such a help, Brad. Shouldn't we all have a Brad just laying around our house at the ready? You know, like housekeeping, etc. All right, Brad, get to work. So Brad's gonna go right in there. We're gonna take our larger circle and put it in the back. And now we're gonna affix this to the front of our plane. Ready, Tracy?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
So again, we're gonna find sort of that.
Need a pencil?
Got it. She's so good, you guys. She's just there. She knows what I need. We're gonna find basically about our middle of our box, and we're again gonna create a circle large enough for Brad. Okay. Once we've got it, we're gonna stick it all the way through. Oh my gosh, guys, this is seriously happening right now. It's so good. And when we do, we're gonna take the back of the Brad and take the fasteners and spread them apart, and then again take this down again, keeping everything nice and secure. Tracy, we are so close.
We're so close.
What's next? What do we do next? Is it perhaps a tail?
I think so.
I think
that
that's
would make
necessary for
sense.
flight. We wouldn't want to set anyone up for failure here. So let's get a tail. Now show me what you've done here. Again, Tracy has really helped me in advance, but it's so easy. And we've taken the thanks so much part of our box because, hey, wait, thanks for flying. Thanks for flying, friends. And what she's done is created a nice little notch here and here. And this part is what's going to, again, go inside your box, be fastened down with a nice, make a nice bend and then fasten down with tape. Okay, so we're going to take the back of our box. Should we create a little something before we put this in?
Yes.
We should.
We should.
I'm quite sure. So make just a nice cut, substantial enough that it could get the whatever that is called that goes at the back of your tail. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Again, I'm gonna measure this to see how much room I need to create. Perfect. Then I cut a nice notch. Again, nice work. Safety first, friends. And we're gonna stick this in. Is that the right way? Yeah, that's the right way. I've got it. This plane is so close. And again, folding this notch down and taping it securely. She's so good, you guys. Seriously.
Ready with tea.
She's just ready. She's just ready. Okay, now, then we're gonna take this little piece that Tracy has cut out for me. This is perfect. Doesn't have to be anything huge. What is this thing called? Only technical terms here, people. This thing that goes at the back of your plane. We created a nice little notch before. Nope.
There we go.
Yep, we got it.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness. Is that in? We're in. Okay. You guys. Look at this.
Perfect.
It's amazing. We did it. A box is now a plane.
Yes.
And we thank you for being with us. And you know what? We want to know what you make with your Honest Box. And we'd love for you to share with us because guess what? We might just use it as our next DIY. Now, Tracy, how can they share with us?
Well, you can share in the comments below. And
Absolutely.
definitely share it with us, your creations, on Instagram. You can hashtag The Honest Company or tag Honest or hashtag Honest Upcycle.
Upcycle, people. That's the word of the day.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for welcoming us into our lives. And thank you for being a part of the Honest family. We love you guys and we'll see you soon. Bye.